Okay, guys, I've been waiting really long to make this video, so welcome back to the TK Tech video, guys, and this is going to be the unboxing of Asus's brand new Zenbook Duo, well, the 2024 Zenbook Duo. I'm not the first to make this video. This isn't a sponsored video. I bought this myself, and it's actually been really difficult to buy this in the UK because it keeps going out of stock. So I've got my hands on it. Well, I've had my hands on it for a while. In this video, I'm going to be doing the unboxing. I'm going to leave the full review to a separate video because there's so much I want to talk about the design and as well as the performance, so I'm trying to keep those two things separate. For this video, let's just enjoy the exquisite Asus design. It's difficult to see. Asus, they have this crazy hinge mechanism on everything they do. So if you look at this, when you unbox the box, it raises the laptop and everything falls out, clearly. On top was this piece of cardboard. It's like an origami piece of cardboard that you can somehow make into like a laptop stand. It's obviously made of paper, so it's not the most durable. I've never used it, don't need to. And inside you have the laptop that nicely raises and presents itself to you. So let's take this out. Now, the charging cable and other accessories, which I'll talk about, come in a separate box. So let's first unwrap this. Oh, by the way, ignore all the battle wounds on my hands. I went bouldering yesterday and it really scuffs you up. Whew. Okay, so the 2024 Zenbook Duo comes in this Arctic grey kind of look. It's got these, I don't know if you can tell, the Asus pattern on the back of this. It's the same one as on the box. Now, it's not a thin laptop. This thing is 21.3 millimeters thick and weighs about 1.45 kilograms. And that's not too bad considering it's got two 14-inch OLED 3K displays. But before we do that, let's look what else we have on this side. So on the left, you've got a full USB port, two Thunderbolt USB-Cs, some ventilation, a third USB-C, but that's for the keyboard, a Bluetooth toggle, and a battery indicator. There's nothing on the front except for this wrapper. And on this side again, we already saw there's a HDMI cable, a microphone jack, and the ventilation. Now interestingly, we don't really usually show the bottom of a laptop because there's nothing going on down there. But for some reason, this time, there is. This laptop has a built-in kickstand. And this is key to use it the way it's intended to. So, So here it is, the individually wrapped keyboard. And how do you unwrap it? You simply pull off the keyboard, as one does, and underneath it is the second 14-inch display. So let's put this keyboard back on for now, and it magnetically attaches to make things really, really easy. We'll power on the device. I really want you guys to appreciate the thinness of the bezels of this. It's obviously, a very modern laptop, and as you can see, it's super, super thin. I mean, the camera barely fits within the bezel. All right, so it really honestly, looks like a perfectly normal laptop. I mean, even the profile of it isn't that bad. You wouldn't be able to tell otherwise that it's essentially a full dual display setup. So just going to briefly talk about the specs of this. It comes in two models. It comes in the brand new Intel Core Ultra 7 with 16 gigabytes of RAM, two full HD displays. They're still OLED though, but only 1 terabyte of SSD storage. Whereas this upper model, which is one I've got here, this higher model, it comes in the Core Ultra 9 processor, 32 gigabytes of RAM, 2 terabytes of storage, and two gorgeous 3K OLED displays. Now the design of this laptop is phenomenal. I just forgot to mention the hinge. We saw the hinge of the packaging, and that fully carries on through most of Asus's devices. When you open the laptop, and you continue to open it, as you can see, it will lift and it will raise the bottom of the keyboard. Now what that does is drastically improve airflow, and Asus do that on pretty much all of their laptops, not just this one. Now, as you may have noticed, there's no proprietary charging port. So this laptop, thankfully, charges with a USB cable, but it's a full 65-watt charger. Now, when you get the Core 9 processor version, you'll get a lower battery life, probably around 10 hours. But if you spec down to the Core Ultra 7 processor, that's a little bit more efficient, a little less power consuming. You can get up to 17 hours. I'm assuming that's when they do the tests with a single screen. That's probably not when they're doing the dual display situation. You're going to get a lot less if you're using two displays at the same time, and that's expected. But that is a trade-off that I'm more than willing to take, because I only really need the battery when I'm going out, and when I'm going out, I'm probably not going to use the dual display anyway. Now, because it's a fast charger, Asus state that you can get around 60% charge in 49 minutes. So it charges up really quickly. So if you are running low, you can plug it in for 10, 20, 30 minutes and you'll get a decent amount of battery to get you going throughout the day. Anyway, that's enough of that because, you know, you guys are not interested in normal laptops. So let's show you the amazing features that it does have. So this is a fully Bluetooth keyboard. It has these metal prongs at the bottom, and that's just to connect it so that when it's connected to the laptop, it's not using Bluetooth. It only turns on the Bluetooth automatically, automatically assuming that you've turned this toggle on after you've disconnected it. This is a super thin keyboard. However, despite that, it's actually got a decent travel. And so they made the key probably what, half the thickness of the actual case. So they've managed to squeeze a lot of key travel in this case. The trackpad is decently sized. Obviously it's not the biggest one, but I think it's a really good size for what it is as a small portable Bluetooth keyboard. I mentioned that there was another USB-C port for the keyboard, and that's so that you can charge this keyboard separately. So as you can see, it works just like a normal keyboard. You have full access, full mouse compatibility, and these two displays, like, they automatically work as an extended display, so they're not duplicating each other at the moment, but you can obviously change it to how you want it to be. Now, surprisingly, Asus actually do advertise using this without the keyboard, so it's obviously notably lighter without the keyboard, and it's also notably thinner. Well, from the front it's notably thinner without the keyboard. Obviously from the back you still got because of the hinge, you still got that space and the gap for the keyboard, but it is notably lighter, and I'm not really sure why one would want to use it without the keyboard, but you can, and they do make accommodations for it. So for example, they have some multi-gesture shortcuts. If I tap with 6 fingers, I can bring up a keyboard, and you get left with this bar over here. So you can, for example, open Edge and then just snap it to the bottom part here. If you wanted a trackpad as well, you can just swipe up, and now you've got this virtual trackpad, and you've got this nice, well, it's not nice actually, it's actually kind of difficult to use, but you've got this clicky keyboard, which is, to be honest, not ideal to type in. I can't see the reason why anyone would want to type on this. Anyway, but that is not even the main features of this dual display. So obviously, like I mentioned, you have the kickstand at the back. So when you open that up, you're now left with this amazing, and actually too big for my camera setup, dual display. So this is the dream setup. This is why this laptop is the best laptop for me. It's not just for creators, it's for any situation where you want multiple displays. If I am wanting to do some research, I would probably want to open up Word, and I can type at the top and then Google everything I want at the bottom. Now, I don't want to go too deep into this because this is an unboxing video, not a full review, but I wanted to kind of like show you an example of what it can do. Now, there are actually multiple different, I guess, modes of using this that Asus say you can use it. So you can obviously use it like this, but if you are a coder out there, you can also use it in this portrait mode, which to me is much less useful, but you can do if you really want to. They also have this something called like presenter mode. So for example, if you want to show somebody, so you take down the kickstand, and if you want to present something to somebody and have your like presentation up here, someone sitting opposite you will see the same presentation down here. Again, wait for my full review so we can go through all the features of this laptop. So last thing I want to talk about is the stylus that comes with the laptop. This is the Asus Pen 2. So that previous Duo came with the Asus Pen, and that was okay. And I think this is also just an okay stylus too. Nothing to rave about. I mean, it comes free in the box, but doesn't really compare to something like the Apple Pencil or even the Samsung styluses as well. The good thing about it though, well, the interesting about it actually, is that it comes with not replacement tips, but different types of tips. So this is the stylus here. I think it's nicely designed. It's plastic, but it's got a good, there you go, you just access one of the shortcuts. So this button at the top here that if you double press opens up your note app quickly as a shortcut. Yeah, so it's got these toggles here. So you've got a eraser button and a select button, and you've got the nib here. And then actually, unlike the previous one which had a AAA battery, this has a charging port, a USB-C charging port, which I think makes it so much better. So the nibs that come with it, and this is what makes this actually kind of interesting because I've not seen this before in a stylus, come with various different softness, and it's kind of got the same markings as like a pencil. So we've got H, HB, and B. And these are all various different softness and thicknesses. Now I'm not going to review this now, I'll wait for the review video, but it's a decent pencil. Now I've used it. I think it's not the pen that's at fault, to be honest. With some of the issues that I have with it, it's usually the app. I think most Windows apps or softwares aren't designed for a stylus, so when you use one, sometimes it's a bit finicky. But we'll leave that again for the review video. And what I love absolutely the most is just how easy it is when I'm done, clicking that back on and using it like a normal laptop again. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you want to see in the full review so that I can make it as useful to you guys as possible. And if you want to be notified when that comes out, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon below. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next TK Tech video.